Hey everyone, back again. I'm so sorry about that interruption. Can you hear me okay now? I've moved and I've plugged something into the end of my phone. Yeah, just let me know. I'll wait for you to jump on and see. Hopefully the static is gone. I'm so sorry. Hi Rebecca, is it still staticky or can you hear me okay? I'll just wait a little bit more. Yeah, sorry about the static. I think I need to get a new phone, and I think it's also to do with headphones and my plugs, and yeah. Is it still staticky? Much better. Oh, thank God. Thank you, and I'm so sorry that yeah, I'm now 30 minutes late. Yeah, I'll just wait for a few more to jump on. Oh God, what a start. I'm sorry. How are you, Rebecca? I'll just do, if you want to pop up some gratitudes while we're waiting. I'm grateful that I think I got this working. Grateful, hi Brody. Grateful that my dog is sort of quiet at the moment. Oh, no, spoke too early. Yeah, so hopefully she'll let me get through this. Alright, so I'm running late, so I might as well. Okay, let's try once more. I'm sorry. My phone threw me out again, and yeah, I'm not having much luck today with technology. I'll just give it 2 seconds and then I'll might as well just get started. Yeah, we'll see how this one goes. I'm so sorry about the technical issues. Katrina, hello, how are you? Can you hear me okay? I'm having real trouble with my technology this morning, and if it's not the static, it keeps throwing me out. So if you can hear me okay, I might just try and get started straight away. Hi everyone, I'm Jodie and I'm a very proud mum of 2, and I'm a radiation therapist. I'm also a very proud ambassador and coach for Happiness Co, and I have been with them for about 2.5 years now. I'm so super pumped with Julian's creation of this online platform, Happiness Aid, during this pandemic. It is so desperately needed, but not just throughout this time, but also in the aftermath. We fear that there, will be more people in isolation or with depression or other mental health issues. So this platform is to be able to continue Happiness Co's work of reducing impacts that unhappiness, depression and anxiety have in the community. This being achieved with connection, growth, contribution, which is now by way of this Happiness Aid. Yes, I can hear. Oh, thank God. Now I just hope I don't get thrown out again like I did 2 times before. I just want to share a little bit about change. So recently, everyone in the world obviously has been going through changes, whether they like it or not. I have 2 boys on the autism spectrum and with ADHD, a 15 and 11-year-old. Being on the autism spectrum, change has until now been their biggest nightmare, from changes of different classes, different teachers, different friends, to changes of, different brand schnitzel or bread or orange juice, for example. So these changes would normally send the boys into meltdowns. They also have until now thrived on knowing what's happening, knowing why, knowing how, knowing when. And I myself with OCD, where I live on routines and familiarity, I struggled in the beginning with all these changes, but I've learned that throughout this current unpredictable environment that I needed to adapt to become more welcoming and flexible to changes. This is what I need to teach and show my boys, especially how we are, their role models and teachers, and they're watching. They'll definitely not benefit if I myself am against change. So I was reflecting recently on how I was feeling and why in this unknown time, and I came down to a couple of realizations. Human needs being one. We're all run by our own human needs, which can change due to circumstances. We mainly have two predominant ones that we're driven by. Here, with what has been happening in the world, I can see that mine have changed. My need for consistency has been overshadowed by variety. This isn't by choice, because I never used to like change. Although I do remember growing up, and when a sudden invite somewhere, unexpectedly, you'd go somewhere and you weren't prepared. Sometimes that was when the best fun was had, not planning or expecting what will happen. This spontaneity and change is what I need to embrace. Just seeing if you can still hear me. Yes, and I haven't been kicked out again yet. So I then looked at my love languages, so the way of communication and giving to others. I know my love languages are similar to most people, quality time and physical touch. So quality of time spent with people, quality attention given and received, and touch, by that on the shoulder or a handshake or hug, holding of hands. These human needs and love languages that I'm driven by have been suddenly stripped from me, and I wasn't ready. I think, majority of us can say that too. So, but then I thought that sometimes things do happen when we are unprepared. I'm learning that we need to accept these unplanned events and adjust accordingly. Just like if you're sailing and the wind changes and you need to adjust the sails, to whichever direction the wind's going. We need to be able to adjust to these changes. I've had more time to think too, mainly from having to, not having any kids' sport on, or no karate, no training of sports, no playing with friends. So my youngest just started riding with his friends on weekends. He just started being independent and taking himself to school by way of, bike or scooter. I was so Hello again. I'm so sorry with all these tech issues. This is take 2, or yeah. Hi Karen, hi Tracy. I'm sorry, I've been having lots of tech issues this morning. And I did a Julian, kept chucking me out. So I'll, this is take 2, or really take 4. But I'll just get back onto it quickly before I get kicked out again. So I was saying that I've had more time to think throughout these times, with having no kids' sport on, or no training of sports, no karate. And what was I up to? My youngest was just started riding with friends on weekends. He just started being independent and taking himself to school by way of bike and scooter, and I was just saying that we were so proud of him. This was a massive milestone for our family, for having one child be so dependent on us and then the other wanting early independence. I guess that's why they call it the autism spectrum. Hopefully you can still hear me okay with no static. Yeah, and I think that's why they call it the autism spectrum, because they are so different. Now our youngest and newly independent child is struggling because he's an outdoor boy and, you know, very social, whereas our eldest is thriving at home because he doesn't have to deal with social interactions, and his anxiety is an all-time low from not being at school and having to deal with others. That's what we used to have most difficulty with. We spent a whole year every weekend going to an autism program, concentrating on social skills, interaction, development, how to make friends, being polite, holding the door open for people. And oh my God, now you know, people would be stepping aside and dodging others. Now we're needing to self-isolate and not go out, and no cuddles, no hugs, no handshakes. Yeah, it's completely different, completely opposite to what we've been trying to teach him. Hopefully you can still hear me okay. It's been a rough morning. Yeah, so my thinking and reflections have also been that we're usually happier when we're growing and contributing. Growing was normally in the way of deliberately improving ourselves and our learning, like personal development and stuff. But I see now that this is a different way of growing, and it's not intentional. There are many different lessons that we can be taken from this pandemic, lessons that we have to go through to learn and grow. I think you can still hear me okay. I think the human race really needed to slow down. We have now been grounded, you know, and reminded of the little things in life. I have been reminded that life is precious and not to take things we dearly love for granted. Things such as hugs, handshakes, gentle touch on someone's shoulder when they're upset, just going to a restaurant or a coffee shop or cafe, or having a child's birthday party with their friends. Sometimes at my kids' basketball training, I would be admitting that I was scrolling too much and, you know, on my phone and distracted and not watching the training. Now I just wish I could sit there and watch them run up and down the court with friends. Things I took for granted have now become what I wish for. I remember last year the kids wanted also birthday party, and I said, nah, not this year, maybe next year. Guess what? This year's come, and yeah, we're not allowed. We haven't been able to go to playgrounds or skate parks or even the beach. My whole life, and probably my whole parents' life, the beach has been a beautiful place of serenity, of peace, and a free place to reset and recharge. Recently, most of it has been off grounds for us. We have to, we have to adapt to the change. We have no choice. So I also thought of, we used to be also complaining about living in a world where there was too much technology, not just, our kids being on it too much, but us also. Now we're FaceTiming family, we're having, Zoom parties, we're learning in virtual classes and homeschooling and working from home. We're encouraged to do online shopping, whereas before it would have, seen as a bad habit or something. We were wary of putting our credit card details through the computer online. Now we're paying for everything electronically, and we're wary of touching actual real money. Just checking the comments. So I believe that we've all been given a new assignment to work out who we are and how much inner strength we have, especially in these times of adversities. Many of us had many life experiences from which we have grown and learnt to stay strong when things get tough. If we stick together and join forces, we can help those with less strength and pull them up with us to overcome and get to the other side of this pandemic. I have found that what helps me when worry comes into play, is to take a few deep breaths and think of what I'm worried about. If it's something I can control, then I know I have what it takes to do it. But if it's something that is completely out of my control, such as this COVID-19, I know that I have what it takes to endure and persevere. So many of us hide away from how we feel and our challenging thoughts when in challenging times. We don't want to, own our emotions, but we really can't grow or push through until we face them. We currently have no choice, but we do have a choice to feed our souls. We need to be vulnerable and reach out when we are struggling. We need to open up and share our feelings and thoughts, because many of us will be feeling the same. Each one of us needs to know that it's okay to be scared, but we're all in this together, and the more we build each other up and help one another, the stronger the world will be on the other side of this pandemic. We can learn from what has been happening and grow from it. It's only a temporary time in our lives. We'll soon be looking back, and we'll be proud of the strength we have needed to battle the bonds that we have formed, and the love and the kindness that has grown. I know I will not be afraid of change again, good and bad. I will embrace, as this is what leads to growth and contribution. I want to teach my kids to be able to adapt to change and to model to them how we are accepting and adjusting, so they can then build up their resilience. Because they're always watching, they're always learning from us and watching how we cope. That's basically it for now. That's all my reflections and my thoughts that I've had in these crazy times. I hope it's helped a little bit. So coming down, back thinking through love languages has been ripped from us, and our human needs. So what I'm trying to do is be flexible and welcoming to adapt to the change, and to be able to teach our boys to also. So that's it from me. I'm so sorry about all the technical issues. Love and light, and stay strong. Bye.